I have to test my audio.
No,
This is
just
a test of the audio.
Just the video. Am I together?
Yeah, you got it together.
Oh yeah, Seth, get it together.
Are we gonna release these as part 1s and part 2s on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm gonna move my mic a little closer because that's a good audio test.
Oh shit. We need to create a new Audacity just for a mic check real quick.
You'll have to link the
Yo.
Michael
check.
I'm Michael now. I'm Michael here.
Michael Morbius.
Oh my god. How are we starting this?
We're already started.
We can be from the future. We can be future vampires.
Future Morbiuses.
We can be Foo Fighters.
Welcome back, guys. We're Foo Fighters.
That's what I'm going to say. Welcome back, guys, with the Foo Fighters.
Doesn't make any sense.
Guys, I had a 39-point victory today.
Let's go.
Where'd my phone go?
I'm jealous.
Oh, you're holding it.
I'm holding it. Here you go.
You'll have to get... Don't forget. Also, I have basketball cards on the counter for you.
Thank you. At some point during a pause or something, you guys will have to riff for a second so I can go grab my notes from the truck.
Oh, the flip book?
Yeah, so when you're doing quotes, ratings, reviews, I got before that.
We can riff.
Riff Van Ginkle.
The Foo Fighters. And this is a riff by the Foo Fighters.
Oh my god.
Lucas. He's fucking dead.
Fucking dead.
Yeah.
I'm listening back to all the writer's blocks, right?
Yeah.
And I'm through like 9 of them now. I'm cruising. But on Custody Battle, when we made Brooklyn Prince the daughter, and we're talking about her, and we
the girl from Florida Project.
Yeah, we didn't remember she was from Florida Project. We're talking about some of the things we did, and aside from saying Florida Project, instead we said Cocaine Bear, and we were like, "Oh my god, we're gonna have to do Cocaine Bear on the podcast." And then, like recently, for totally forgetting about that, I'd sent Cocaine Bear to the group chat for us to do, and
yeah, Cocaine Bear's making the rounds.
And now we're here.
I think it's Elizabeth Banks directing that thing.
I think it is.
That's crazy.
No, I don't want to.
And she wasn't even an actor.
In the movie, or just like in general?
In general, before Florida Project. No, before Florida Project.
Elizabeth Banks has been an actress for forever.
No, not Elizabeth Banks.
Brooklyn Prince.
Yeah.
She's the bear.
She is Brooklyn Prince or Elizabeth Banks?
Both.
I have to go put chapstick on real quick.
Oh, okay.
Where are we at in the notes?
Their car had just broke down.
Their car broke down?
What? Car breaks down and they splinter is my note. Yeah.
And then we don't even know what happens after that.
Because they just killed Chris Penn.
Did they already? Yeah, we talked about that part.
I think we'll talk about that.
I think we had.
I had the kids watch Napoleon Dynamite in class today.
Let's go.
What?
I had the kids watch Napoleon Dynamite in class today.
Oh, let's go.
That's what I
said.
asked
how they related to him.
Well.
Yeah. Someone was like, this kid looks like Kyron because he's a dork and I hate him. I was like, oh, that's kind of mean. His little
good note.
Yeah. That's not chapstick, Brandon.
I put fucking chapstick on.
You Kiss Seth to prove it.
He wouldn't.
I would.
Oh, it's scentless chapstick. Not into it. It's got like Carfax
now you
chapstick.
Can't smell.
Nice. It will still have to clap, but that is way zoomed out. Hold up. That's way too zoomed. Oh. I want to see the seconds on there. Okay. We'll have to clap and we'll get ready. They just their car wouldn't stop after Vita killed them.
Vida.
No.
Vida Boheme.
It was never Vida. It was Noxima.
She sounds like a medicine.
Next time I kick your
Noxema.
ass.
Noxema.
That's kind of
It is.
Mr. Pharmacist over here.
Yeah, he gets it.
I'm gonna try and find that for the clickbait.
For the thumbnail.
For the clickbait.
Big click, babe.
Nice.
Thanks.
Bye, babe. All right, are we ready?
I'm wetty.
I'm ready. Let's get rid of that.
Let's get ready to podcast.
That's good.
That was not good.
That was not good.
No, the sneeze was good.
Where's our beers?
I have them.
Okay,
The
perfect.
Maine in Rain, Spain is a racist Maine.
I don't know how many of these are being drunk.
Why
But
are we flipped though?
I'll at least start with that, so it's not making noise.
Why are we flipped though?
DMCA purposes, so we don't get demonetized.
Sure. Yeah, that's it.
I love
Lukey, you
DMT.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
DMT. I'm tripping balls.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Play.
Oh shit, we gotta do that again. I missed it.
Can we put that in somewhere? That'd be a
All
good
right, I got
soundbite.
ready.
1, 2, 3. Play.
You
What?
missed the record button? You like missed it?
Yeah, because I have like a laptop touch and I didn't have enough of a touch.
He missed the record button, so that's why we're doing this. That's why there was that break there. Not because it's been 48 hours.
It's been 40 years. Sorry it took us so long to get back.
And welcome
to you
back. We're the
guys.
Foo Fighters.
We are the Foo Fighters.
We're
I'm
the
Dave Grohl.
vampires.
You're Dave
You-
Grohl.
Yep.
And I'm one of the other guys in
Yeah.
Foo Fighters.
I'm the other guy.
This is our
The-
podcast where we
I'm
talk
that third guy.
about drag queens with the Foo Fighters.
She's
It's called
the Foo
Dragon
Fighters.
Foo.
1738.
Talk about all the bitches we slept with on the road.
You're out of the band,
3.
sir.
That's okay. I was just guy number 3. I didn't even have a name.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Yeah, they gave you the name like there's his
Very
name
good.
Roach or something?
Who?
Roach, is that right? Red Hot Chili Peppers? He's like the bass guitarist or something.
Flea.
Oh, Flea, thank you. Brandon's Roach then. The third guy gets like
Yeah.
a bug name.
All
The
I
first
could
guy
think-
gets his real name, second guy gets just a last name, third guy is a bug.
The-
That's every band.
when you said Roach, all I could think of was Point Break.
Roach. Yeah. Roach is in Point Break. Yeah, so you're Seth Tigner. I'm L. And Brandon is Roach.
Yeah.
We're talking
checks
Julie
out.
Newmar.
And this is the good, the bad, the movies.
Yeah, and people are
It's gonna be such a
very
stunted.
abruptly stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't flow back into it very
Unsmoothest transition.
seamlessly. We just did a new intro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome back.
Did a new intro an hour 15 in.
Yeah.
So if you guys remember where we're at, let's do a little recap. So
It's the drag queens.
yeah.
Yeah.
So a little recap for you guys to kind of get back into this groove.
Let's recap.
We got Seth Tigner, we got L, and we got I think we're good. Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's get back into it. We recapped.
So
that was
Chris
from
Penn died.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Vita, they got pulled over. Vita threw that cop onto the ground, smashed
Yeah.
his face in. He died.
Get his ass.
Before a couple weeks ago, I would have said, how can you die just from that small of a collision? But it happened to Damar Hamlin. He died.
Yeah, he did.
Rest in power.
But he's back. He's good now. He's
Yep.
out of the hospital.
He was dead for a second though.
Do you guys hear about Jeremy Renner too?
What's up with him?
He got in like a giant like snowmobile snowplow accident, like a near fatal one, and he's been in the ICU for 2 weeks. Just got released from the like he almost died. I think
his leg is like amputated.
he got
or
his
some
leg
shit.
amputated. Yeah,
He's missing a leg now?
Hawkeye is missing a leg.
That's awesome.
It's the same
mean,
thing how
Well,
same accident how Anton Yelchin died. The
who?
Russian actor. Yelchin, right? Am I saying that right?
Anton?
Yelchin. Yeah, Anton Yelchin, the Russian guy.
I don't think I know him. The only Russian guy I know is that guy from Armageddon.
Didn't even
He
know
was
he
in
was
Star
sick.
Trek. He was in Odd Thomas, Star Trek Beyond.
What
Yeah,
other
he died
Star
from the same
Treks?
shit. He just got crushed. I think
Huh.
those are it.
And then
So, but
Ken
yeah, I
Block.
guess
Ken Block just died too.
yeah,
Who?
but I guess Chris
The
Penn,
Drifter.
Chris Penn, the cop, is dead canonically.
He's dead. They drive
run away.
off in a hurry. They get to a rest stop. They all change their clothes, and when they get back to their car won't stop. Won't
Won't
start.
It's
Can't stop, won't stop,
That's
baby.
the second time.
So I think this is a good place to stop. We'll get it back up in 2 days, and we'll finish it off from there.
I like it.
And
Okay.
we're back. So after the car won't start, Chi-Chi goes to the road to hitchhike and immediately gets them a ride to Snydersville, some little rinky-dink town.
Brandon's
Almost-
hometown.
Almost like a neo-western sort of town front. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's kind of the vibe I was getting.
the vibey vibe,
Dust Bowly.
Dust Bowl crimes
Could see Clint Eastwood coming in here and shooting it up.
Yeah.
with heroin,
Or Matthew McConaughey just living there
living.
Chilling.
in 100 years.
So they're there in Snydersville. They get all a room together, and someone tows their car there as well. So they're all set up. The next day, they're getting ready to get going because the car's an easy fix. But even though it's an easy fix, they don't have the part. They got to wait till Monday for the part. So they're going to spend the whole weekend in town, Snydersville.
This is like when Lightning McQueen got stuck. He had to stay in whatever town that was. Soda Springs, something like that?
Radiator Springs.
Radiator Springs, yeah.
Soda Springs. Drank so much pop.
Sounds like a real place.
Yeah, it
I think
does.
it's an
but
Oregon Trail location.
can you hand me a beer?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Seth got new beers too.
There's a very specific phrase for that. It's beer me.
I don't think I've ever said beer me in my life.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Can you hand me a beer, good sir?
Would you hand me a beer? That doesn't sound as cool.
He got Thirsty Street Brewing Company Mountain Margaritas. Little pint cans. Alcohol content?
6.
6. Gluten free. Oh hell yeah. You
Shout
knew
out
my
the
new
celiacs.
shout out, yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
You know my New Year's resolution was to cut out gluten.
I did know that.
That's why I had a calzone for dinner.
Hmm.
Oh, I heard that
My New Year's resolution was to end world hunger, so
How's that been?
it's been a rough go of it. I'm starving.
Sorry, it's only been like 17 days. Were your world hunger?
I'm just part of it, I guess. No recipes. What were you gonna say, Brandon?
I was just saying that I got a calzone, then it made me think of old Chicago, and I heard that you had a Twitter thing where you ranked all your places you've worked.
Yeah, old Chicago was last. No, second to last.
Yeah, I thought Native Girl was last. Yeah.
Ran by the same people though, coincidentally.
Oh, that's right, they were. I just really appreciated you wumboing my pizza rolls.
You're welcome.
They
Anytime,
were
brother.
they were triple the size. They were so big.
Barely get the dough in there.
So they gotta wait till Monday. So what they do is initiate Operation Decorator Storm. They decorate their room to the Wonder Woman theme song. It was kind of wacky.
They
didn't
can't
know
live in
that.
this drab area. They gotta drag queen it up.
You're my drag queen.
I did that.
I know. I
You
had to do
stole
it
it.
again.
There's some like magical realism here too, where they have powers of decorating where they can just throw like a tapestry and then it completely covers the wall, and then that's kind of a little Snow White thing going on. It's just a
Yep.
power.
It looked cool. It looked like they shot it and then like reversed it to make it look like they were magically putting stuff on the walls.
Shot it and reversed it.
It's your fiffin and win.
It's
It's how it happened.
That was like one of the most like coherent times I've ever heard that. So it's always, if you're fucking like a flam them.
No, I got it down, man.
Of course you do.
I guess that's
And
me.
that's a song that you love.
I do love that
Yeah.
song.
Who doesn't? Shout out.
Shout out Missy Elliott.
Shout out Missy Elliott. Well, they do all this the Wonder Woman theme song, and every single person in the town is so intrigued by them. They watch them decorate like through their window of their hotel room, which I thought was on the second floor, but I guess I'm wrong.
Yep.
I thought it was too.
And some cops driving down the road, they stumble across Officer Dollard and find he's still alive, actually. He didn't die.
Yeah, because he just got pushed over.
It's a misprint.
And so he's alive, but he's just getting roasted by these other cops for getting beat up by a girl.
Yeah, and then even worse for getting beat up by some homos, as they all say.
This
Once
gets
he reveals
real.
they're men.
The cop storyline gets really homophobic.
Well, yeah,
They're
Ah.
cops.
But
they're cops. It's America, brother. Wake
Brother.
up! Look outside.
Look, there's police brutality right there.
Hitting the gay guy right there.
They're hitting a gay guy right outside your window, and you're just blind to it.
Every street corner.
It's just because this window has so much water stains on it, we can't see
That's
it.
blood.
Oh, god damn.
Type of
Well, back in Snydersville, Chi-Chi walking on her own when she gets cornered by a bunch of the local men that are staring her down. They all corner her. They're about to
Got the
beat
gang
her up
raper.
or rape her or something. And luckily, before things get too ugly, Bobby Ray comes in to save the day, picks her up. Not Bobby Ray
down.
from Paradise Hotel.
if only.
That man would
reckon-
have had every girl around his finger.
I recognize this actor. Did you guys know Bobby Ray?
Mm-mm.
He looks
He was,
familiar.
He was in Dazed and Confused. He was Pink Floyd. He was the quarterback.
Oh, he had kind of a dazed and confused vibe to him.
did.
I love a dazed and confused vibe.
I know you do. That's basically all you talk about.
Yeah.
What?
You know, Coach, I'm not going to sign your petition. Me and my
bad
friends
Seth
have got
didn't hear that.
arrows.
He's
for
not going to sign the
petitions.
petition.
Oh, you heard him.
No, just a lucky guess.
So after that, he picks her up, saves the day, and you get Vita walks in on Carol Ann crying with a bruise under her eye.
And some chili in the pot.
Some stew.
Whatever.
And she realizes the real matter and of things and how she can't help with the food either because Virgil wants things his way. No spices in that goddamn stew. That's the most white man cooking I've ever heard.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I mean, Virgil is a pretty symbolic representation of straight masculinity, I thought.
Of the Virgil Mary.
He's us.
She wasn't even putting anything in spicy either. She was putting in paprika.
Yeah, which is maybe the least spicy
What
spice
does that
you could
belong in
have.
chili or stew or whatever that was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be just fine.
You can put it in anything, really.
Yeah.
Nobody would know.
Okay.
Paprika is one of the least flavorful spices, probably.
Yeah, that's what they use it as a garnish on deviled eggs. The spice from
Oh,
deviled
yeah.
eggs is usually like the mustard you mix with the yolks. It's not even the paprika, but it
Mhm.
gives it the look that it would be spicy. Or whatever.
Those devilish eggs.
There was once it was Thanksgiving, and I was at my parents' and we
It's a
were
lot of Thanksgivings.
yeah, there have been.
Once.
There's once for me, there was one specific Thanksgiving I was at my parents' and we were eating and whatnot. And my cousin Emily was over. She turned on the microwave to microwave the whipped butter and put it in for 30 seconds. Ruined all the butter for everyone's like rolls and corn and things like that afterwards. Like, Emily. And then we started talking about deviled eggs and she became like super religious. She's like, you shouldn't say deviled eggs. And I was like, that's just how they're made.
They're deviled.
And she's like, you shouldn't. And I was like, I love these Satan eggs. And she was eating one. She goes, bah! Don't you ever say that. And like freaked out. Satan eggs really got her going.
That's hilarious. I've heard that before, but I love it.
Same. It's a great story, though. You should tell it again next week.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I will.
No, I mean it. I like it.
These drinks are sour as shit.
I know.
Whoa, let's get the train back here, boys.
Yeah, good idea.
Running away with
Oh
the
my
horses.
God.
So Chris Penn is hunting for homos, is what he's
Jesus
singing.
Christ. Yeah. Yeah.
The note. It says, "Where do homos go?" Something like that, right?
Yeah. I told it's a little later on, but he even has a list like written down on paper, places that homos might be, and it was like
Yeah.
flower shops, ballet class. Like I was like, oh my God.
Antique shop.
Antique shops was number 6.
All my favorite places, honestly, besides the ballet thing.
Ice
He's
cream
going like
parlors.
place, trying to find these specific people.
He's on the hunt. Vita's had her deep down with Carol Ann. And Bobby Ray's really into Chi-Chi and even crossed out a giant Coke billboard for her. And instead of Coke on there wrote Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
So
how
romantic.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that easy to be that romantic. That's maybe the dumbest gesture I've ever seen, and she loved it. She was so happy.
She wants any sort of non-prostitutional attention.
Any sort of like true like affection given to. Oh my! She loved it so much. She just because I think the sign was like everyone loves Coke, but it was everyone loves cross out Chi-Chi.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
that
Well,
was awesome.
he after that each individual person's kind of finding some form of friendly interactions with another person in Snydersville, because even Noxima, Wesley Snipes' character, has friended was it Carol?
It's just
Clara.
Clara.
She's deaf and mute. She doesn't talk to
mute girl.
anybody. Hasn't talked to anybody in 20 years.
She left
Since her husband died or left to Hollywood or something.
I think, cheated on her.
And then dipped.
She left something behind, and Noxima's trying to catch up to her, trying to wave her down, but she just walks. There's one point she did like this U-turn in the street.
Yeah.
But like instead of just turning around, it was like the widest earth U-turn.
It was all to that. I forget what the music called, but the Noxima chasing her around.
And
Benny
Noxima.
Hill.
Thank you.
What
Benny
was it?
Hill. Benny Hill.
Benny Hill.
Benadryl.
Well, Noxima finally catches up to her, starts talking to her. I can't remember who it was, but something Hollywood.
Robert Mitchum.
Billy Mitchell.
Was that who it was?
Billy
I'm
Mitchum?
pretty sure. Robert Mitchum's her favorite because that's who she tells him to give the letter to at the end.
Yes, that's right. Talking to her about that, just saying different movies and stuff, and then like out of nowhere, little Clara just blurts in with like another movie title, and Clara's even opened up to Noxima now, so she's talking again, even though it's few and far between. She said something.
And like myself, only in movie references.
Yes.
I get it, Clara.
Now Virgil, he's pissed that there's paprika in his soup. Almost hits Carol Ann again. And then, this is where Cop has the list, places for homos to find them. But Vita and Noxima, they're in this little bar. They're helping all the local guys out with the Strawberry Festival. The Strawberry... That wasn't social. The Strawberry Social, just kind of like
it's the big event of the year.
A big event downtown.
Everybody brings strawberry pie, they eat them, and then they go home.
Yeah, but there's not a theme. They need to get a theme going.
There used to be a screaming contest.
Yeah, that was weird. I wonder what they screamed.
I think it was just who could yell the loudest.
Just rape.
No.
They're just screaming rape.
They need a theme.
They need a theme. And they're like... They're like, what does strawberries remind you of? They're like, red. Yes, red!
Of course.
Good theme.
And wild. Yes! Wild strawberries. So red and wild is our theme. They're about to go nuts. And so instead of doing everything for the Strawberry Social, it's Girls' Day, and all the girls get makeovers.
Yeah, two of them I know from other properties. One is the mentally challenged CEO from 30 Rock, who got like lucked into the job, and then another is the bad lady from Prisoners. She's one of the makeover people too.
Oh shit, Beatrice.
Remember at the end?
Yeah, Beatrice.
Yeah, she was one of them.
One person didn't go with them. Oh no, Beatrice wasn't the one that went with him. Beatrice is the one that goes in the car, I think, with Jim Joe to get supplies or something at the nearby town. And I just remember at one point they were like in the truck together and they hit like a bump and she like went all the way across the seat like into his arms and he was like, "Hey." That man was jacked.
The big black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Well,
cool.
they got maybe a little thing going on, but Noxema, she is tired of these local boys disrespecting the women in the town and their behaviors. This one guy, Tommy, is catcalling and whatnot. She walks over, grabs him by the fucking dick, and pulls him over to the girls to apologize.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty handsome actor, that guy, honestly.
Tommy?
I thought so. The other looked like greasy rednecks, but he was like a cool, sexy vibe.
This is where she holds up her hand, and Noxema's hand is just the biggest fucking hand as it grabs his dick.
Wesley Snipes, yeah.
Yeah. And so he does end up apologizing, and the girls go on this big shopping spree. And Noxema is screaming because this old place only has like these, tattered up clothes. She goes up the stairs where she's not supposed to go, finds all these old vintage 60s clothes.
That their grandma bought for dirt cheap, yeah. So the whole town now, all these ladies get drag queened up.
You're my drag queen.
That's good.
Thanks, Lucas.
I wrote a paper on Trap Queen about how was a feminist bastion of femininity. It was like third wave feminism from Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap's like a guilty pleasure of mine because me boy, like every single time he comes on, I'm like, oh fuck, it's Fetty Wap, but it's a bop. It's Fetty Bop.
Fetty Bop. Yeah, he's a feminist.
Yeah, how is that a feminist song? Will that take too long to explain? Should I ask you later?
Not really, because it's about how she also engages in his business. Not only she's this trap queen, so she's also a stripper, which he encourages because she makes her own money, but she also helps him with his drug dealing. So she's like an equal party in the criminality, which is kind of rare, I feel like, for rap music. So it's kind of like a ode to her in that way.
That's pretty cool. I never actually listened to this song, so that's good info. Thank you.
You can never understand Remy Boyce and Fetty Wap anyway. So yeah, that you gotta
write it down.
Easy lyrics it. And
yeah.
What's the other big lyrics one? What's that one called?
Genius
lyrics. Yeah. You know who I think kind of around the same time of Fetty Wap that's underappreciated rapper? Lupe Fiasco.
He was way before Fetty Wap.
That's true.
Yeah. And he's a great lyricist.
He's just not Fetty.
Corny.
Lupe is a great lyricist.
He did a song with A$AP Rock like a month ago.
I don't.
Whatever. Moving on.
I don't want to hear about A$AP Rock.
We're moving on.
Lupe has some great stuff. Some corny stuff. That's right. That album about the slaves all drowning, that was really good.
Yeah. I don't know his full album.
Was that the name of the album, or was it like a story?
Album's name is Album About Slaves Drowning.
How the fuck did we get here?
Drogas Wave. That's a great album.
Drogas Wave.
Drogas Wave.
Drogas Wave.
Well.
Drogas Wave.
After all the shopping, dressing up in 60s print clothes and whatnot, Carol Ann was watching from her kitchen, watching the whole fashion show and loving it and dancing. Virgil ruins all her fun, throws her fucking stew all over the kitchen, about to hit her again and storms off. And Chi-Chi and Bobby, not Bobby Ray, Bobby Lee are both talking about the boys they like.
Bro, it seems to be the same one.
Mine's so big and strong. Oh, mine is too. Yeah.
It makes me wonder about the age gap between these two.
Well, Chi-Chi was like the young one of the group. They always said she was tiny.
Yeah, but I still felt like she was
Bobby Lee was like 16.
22. Yeah, Bobby Lee, Bobby Ray are both 16 or 17. Still feels like a lot, you know?
Yeah.
At times I thought Bobby Lee was like 12 and Bobby Ray was like 19.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with all that.
Yeah, I don't know. Bobby Lee did look really young at some points.
Maybe let's just assume it's all legal for the movie's sake.
Let's do that.
assume.
Yeah. But they're talking about the boys they like. Vita tells her to stop, and Vita goes inside and sees Carol Ann crying over cleaning the stew everywhere, and done with it. She's ready to take a stand if something comes up. And it's nighttime. Bobby Ray walks up with flowers in a suit, and he's ready to ask
like
someone to the strawberry social.
Yeah, it's like he's got a fucking first impression rose walking up here, all nervous between the two girls.
Which one's it gonna be? Which one's it gonna be?
Yeah, everyone's declaring.
I do declare.
Yeah.
He comes up, he's like, hey, Bobby Lee.
This is classic.
You take the kids inside, I gotta talk to Chi-Chi.
That's classic.
So
Can you
cold.
move out of the way for that hottie behind you?
So
I
he
didn't know
takes.
Bobby Ray had it in him.
I didn't either.
Cold-blooded.
Takes Chi-Chi aside, and he's gonna have a good night, basically, with her.
He asked for the strawberry to social.
Yeah.
Brandon.
But he's trying to talk to her about going out with him, but Chi-Chi says it doesn't matter because Vita after that tries to talk her out of not. Ooh, you're pushing on the mic.
Oh,
you're
Heard
pushing on
that.
the mic. You can't lean that far back. Vita trying to talk Chi-Chi out of talk her out of going out with him. But Chi-Chi says it doesn't matter because she's gonna stay here when the car's fixed. Her life here is in Snydersville now because of Bobby Ray.
does Bobby Ray have his own place? I know we weren't going to ask any more questions about everybody's age, but he doesn't look old enough to own a home. Is she going to stay with him?
Anyone in Snydersville can own a home.
We'll figure
right.
it out. Young
I'll take
lovers.
We'll assume that. How
Yeah.
about? Yeah.
For the movie.
Yeah. And as she's fighting with Chi-Chi about not going out with him and staying here, she overhears Carol Ann being beat by Virgil down the hall. Gets in a big screaming match with them all, but goes off to save her anyway, albeit being verbally slandered. With no help from Noxema either. Noxema's like, don't you dare start with them. This is not your business.
Instead she fucking roadhouses his ass. Patrick Swayze getting in here.
Throws him out of the goddamn house. Well,
He's the fucking cooler.
I thought Vita was going to go just with a full punch right off, but she did the little backhand. I was like, oh shit, that's more demeaning.
And then a forehand.
And then a forehand, yeah. But the little backhand, if I got backhand, I'm like, I'm done. They just backhanded the shit out of me.
I can't fight that.
Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
We saw that live.
I was talking with that about my parents the other day when we were watching those, and I was texting all my family, and they're like, can you believe the winner of that last war? It's like, guys, shut the fuck up. Will Smith just punched Chris Rock in the face. Like, no, that was a bit.
Yeah, but what an upset.
Yeah.
They're like, no, that's just a bit. Lucas and I are like, we've got Twitter footage from Australia where you can hear the background.
They don't censor it over there.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
That's so fucking funny still.
Props to Chris Rock.
He's fucking stupid.
He took that hit like a champ and then just went.
I
slapped the shit out of me.
A bunch of people on Twitter were like, Chris Rock has definitely been slapped like that before. He took it way too easily.
Took it real easily and then just led into a joke and then just presented the award.
Yeah,
he's been hit like
funny.
that before.
I'm so fucking happy that happened.
I can't believe we watched it live. That was crazy.
I know. I'm just glad we're in that universe.
Yeah.
Glad we're all alive together.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Don't kiss me.
Oh, I thought that was my cue.
No.
My Bobby Ray. But yeah, she roadhouses her ass, kicks him out of the house, and you get another scene of the cop stopping everyone on the road coming into town to match a picture that they drew, but he can't find them. And finally, Bobby Ray and Chi-Chi have a one-on-one conversation. He tells her that if you truly love someone, you don't keep any secrets. And Chi-Chi lets Bobby Lee know that Bobby Ray's all hers. Like, she can't disclose the secret to them. It's not who she is to be here in this town. Bobby Lee should be with Bobby Ray. And
Yeah, their
Vita
names are
and-
the same.
I know.
It's a match.
Well,
made
I
in
think
heaven.
Bobby Lee's was actually Roberta, but she goes by Bobby Lee.
I think that was a
Tell
different
him,
thing.
Seth.
Oh, we'll tell you
That-
later. I don't want to spoil.
His name would also not be Bobby, bro.
Yeah,
What?
Bobby Ray. He would be Robert. That would be his name.
And she
It's
was
not that it
Roberta?
wasn't her real name. It was a different thing entirely.
And she is Roberta.
I think her name
Yeah.
was Roberta.
Yeah, but she went
But
by
he would
Bobby
also-
Lee,
But he would
and
also
he's
be
Robert.
If they went by their real names.
They're both whatever. They're real names still.
I don't know why I thought that was so funny. I need to chill.
People can name their kids anything nowadays.
It's so
Degrading.
I feel like I'm usually the frustrating one to deal with. Is this what it's like?
I don't know.
It's fair. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna do this.
I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there we
yeah.
go.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. We're through it.
The stupid fucking linked arms.
Well, that and just Lucas like singing Kelly Clarkson in the background while it's happening.
yeah.
It was like a scene out of a shitty movie.
I think that was. Isn't that Avril Lavigne?
Oh, but yeah, it is that.
Isn't that
one.
the-
I don't think
It's a
either.
damn. It's a damn cold night. Or Gwen Stefani. Then it's one of those.
No, I
three.
think it's I'm with you.
I thought it was damn cold night.
It's a
Is that the same as-
cold night?
That was Rihanna.
What the hell? We're all thinking of different
It's
songs.
Kelly
right now.
Clarkson, Avril Lavigne, Gwen Stefani, Pink Rihanna.
I just
Here we go. Hold on.
What's the song title called?
hearing Lucas
I'll
sing that in the
drink to
background.
that.
We're doing that is like it's like a montage. Like we're not friends anymore. Like 10 years from now, and one of us is sitting like cold and dark for some reason. We're going through the montage in our head, and we're doing that, and it's Avril Lavigne's song playing in the background.
Hold on. I'm pulling it up.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
he's singing,
It's a damn cold night.
but that was
Take me by the hand.
that's the what's that called? The Millennial Whoop or whatever. It was a very
Yeah. Yeah, I get it now. Look up "I'm With You" by Avril Lavigne.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the
All right.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't get that.
Yeah.
You guys do your thing. I'll find out.
He's looking up "I'm With You" by Avril Lavigne now.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, go back a second.
Pretty
Go back.
similar.
Play it.
Wait for it. This is what I thought you were doing. Wait.
Did I go back too far? Yeah. That's what I thought he was.
Dang,
That's what I was
I-
hearing.
Maybe Rihanna sampled that melody in some
It-
form.
Like I said, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's a very popular thing in pop music to do that exact like not chord progression, but that like whatever that half step down, half
Melody.
step back
This-
up.
this
quick-
thing.
yeah, that
Yeah.
little melody. Yeah,
The
that
arm
right there.
drag thing, yeah.
There's
Should
a
we-
ton of
glad we-
songs like
Should
that.
we get back to the movie?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
should. It's the thing we've done the least of so far.
Well, Vita and Chi-Chi, they make up as Chi-Chi learns her third like queen advice thing, and they all give Bobby Lee a makeover and get her ready to surprise Bobby Ray, and even teach her some tricks. And Bobby Ray's standing out there, flowers back to the building. I don't know why it was like this big like first look bridal reveal, but he turns around as she
flourish,
comes.
Man.
Huh?
You gotta do it with flourish.
I guess that's true, but he
Yeah,
turns
big
around.
reveal.
And that's why she was going by Roberta now, so that she'd be more mature. That was the advice, implied advice from the ladies.
Well, he turns around. He's like, "Wow, that dress looks good on you."
He would not stop talking about it.
That dress looks real good on you from behind. He said that too, I think. But she's just standing there, all, "Oh, really? Does it look
This
good
whole
on me?"
thing.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
Doesn't even look him in the eye. But then they start to dance. Yeah, and
that's everyone in the town's cue to also
exactly.
start dancing.
Oh, damn! Jim Joe just asked Beatrice to dance. Now all the people in the town start to gather and dance, and our three leading ladies stand on a balcony watching them. And they also did like a little choreographed dance number.
Of course.
And this cop is in a bar fuming about men dressing as women, but then seems to have kind of like a homoerotic moment as he speaks to himself in anger.
I remember that.
Yeah, he's sitting in the bar. He's like,
I thought one of you would have had it written down as a quote. I almost wrote down this whole thing.
He was like, I can't believe these women dressed as men ruining society, but these men with their big, strong arms
touching each other,
twirling
their chest hair around their little fingers. And the best part wasn't that, like, he was sitting there
tight.
I could see him sitting there like mumbling to himself, like having that realization, but every once in a while he'd turn to the other patrons and be like, "Men, like, right?" And they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Chill out."
Chris Penn's going hard.
So he has this weird thing.
So funny.
But then Virgil comes in the bar, sees the cop, sees the shoe on the counter, and something's about to go down.
The other shoe.
On the other foot that has turned the table.
It's gonna drop.
And it goes down.
And
yeah.
So the next day, Carol
there's a cool cut to black here too. I thought right there.
There's a lot of cut to blacks.
It's a cut to black, and it's the next day. Carol Ann gets the car fixed up for them, but she wants them to stay through the afternoon for the strawberry social because she'll just miss Vita so much. They're real. Carol Ann even like starts to say how she's known this whole time that they're men, but accepts Vita for who she really is. What?
Yes? I think it's an important scene.
It's a very important scene.
Yeah. That she knew all along.
But what was that big nose laugh?
Just a dumb joke in my head.
I need to hear it now.
Think about SpongeBob again. That's 30 episodes ago version of me. We don't need to do that again.
Do it.
Speaking of SpongeBob, I did tweet about it, but tonight it was absolutely absurd when I was coaching our games, and I had to yell out Squidward! Squidward! All the parents laughed at me.
Your plays?
Yeah, Squidward, pancakes, and pickles.
And sideline.
And sideline. They were tired. Yeah. I remember that. Our coach let us name plays when I was in 6th grade too, and it was just like fish, waffle, and then I think we also ran out of ideas, and it was just like two. Skipped one.
And a big important scene, accepting them for who they really are, knowing the whole time. And this cop comes in.
There's like some implication that she's like in love with Vita. A
little bit.
And that's and I think the movie is kind of presenting it as almost a lesbian love. Even though he's as a man dressed as a woman, there's this sort of feminine love between the two of them that seems like way more powerful than any of the hetero love in the movie. If that makes sense.
That's fair. Yeah. It does. What?
I don't know. Sorry.
Well, after that, this cop comes into the town, starts shouting through a megaphone for the drag queens and how they've infected this town with their ideas. And all the town folks watch in confusion as they're unaware. And Vita and Noxima and Chi-Chi are kind of hiding. But Vita walks out the door, ready to face him. walks out with this veil over her head,
Oh.
all dressed up in their red dress. Yeah, hiding herself. And as she comes up, pulls the veil away, and it's fucking Carol Ann.
Oh shit!
Dunked
And she
on.
says some shit like, "I am Spartacus. I'm the drag queen."
Yeah.
I'm
It
Fetty
really is
Wap.
a Spartacus ending.
Oh my god, I had huge goosebumps because I actually did think it was Vita. Like this one, when it was pulled away, I was like,
Yeah.
"Who the fuck is that?"
She's gonna get blasted by firing squad.
I didn't recognize it was Carol Ann at first either. I was like,
Because her face was covered. Nobody knew.
No, even after she pulled it away.
Oh. But you knew it wasn't Vita.
Yes, I knew whatever. I knew it wasn't one of the three leading ladies.
Yeah. What's the sports movie where they like all hand in their jersey and they're like, I'm Rudy or something?
It might be Rudy. Sounds like.
I don't know. I don't know if it's Rudy or not. I just know they all
I think
Direct
that's,
quote,
I
I
think
am Rudy.
I'm Rudy.
I am Rudy.
That's another movie like they all saying
I
like
think that's
I'm
right.
this. Is that right? I've never seen it.
pretty sure. I think so. I think they all hand in their Notre Dame jerseys and say like, "We won't play unless he plays" or some shit. I don't know. I haven't seen it since I was like 7.
I haven't seen Rudy either.
I just want to I never get to make a movie reference. I can reference anything else.
All right, go ahead. I'll find out about Rudy.
Okay.
So
it's Carol Ann, much to
Carol
Brandon's
Ann-
chagrin.
It's crazy. I got big goosebumps.
Yeah, you're right.
And then the
Sam.
whole
All the
town.
seniors.
Yeah.
I fucking did it. I'm that Supreme Court justice lady, and you guys fucking did it.
The whole town then pulls together saying they're all drag queens, and they scare this cop out of town. And Virgil drives up in a truck and sees the support from Carol Ann of these drag queens and drives off in disgust too. And they come
Virgil?
in. Huh?
Virgil?
Virgil?
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Virgil.
That was the one part I didn't like, is they almost tried to redeem Virgil a little bit because he like smiled before he got in the car and drove away, like almost
bit.
an accepting way. And I was like, don't give him that. Just
Yeah,
let him be a dickhead the entire movie if you're gonna make him the obvious dickhead.
Yeah, there's a review at the end that I was going to bring up, but that I agree with, that says the movie would have been much better if they just killed Virgil. If they just murdered Virgil, that would have been much more satisfying. But I
would have
think
been fine with that.
Midsummer style.
I think it's kind of interesting
Wicker
that
Man.
connection that I drew is in this female-directed movie about these drag queens. When we have our big climax on like Main Street in the western town, it's not like a shootout like you would expect, right? It's it's the cop like going away saying, "You're gonna regret it, I tell you." It's just like so.
Why I oughta.
It's like so anti-masculine. You know what I mean? What the
That's
traditional
fair.
norm of that is.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a good read. Well, they come into the motel room to try and find the girls, but they're all hiding and whatnot. And then they all come together to realize the importance of their time here. They want to stand up and make changes in their own lives.
The part where they're hiding was really funny to me, because like you see
Chi-Chi's on the door.
Well, yeah, they're all hiding in the craziest places, but you see before the whole everybody in red saying I'm the drag queen. Vita goes to the door like you think she's gonna walk out and have this grand face to face with the cops, but like the implication off screen is that she locked the door and they all hid and had no idea the rest of the town was doing this for them.
Yeah.
And they're just like cowering.
Yeah.
It's so
Boy,
funny to me.
That is super
That is
funny.
great.
Because they come out and they're like, what happened?
It's such a swerve. Yeah.
It's so funny.
That is hilarious.
I was thinking you could see like an alternate perspective on that.
'Cause
Just
the
walking
whole-
the door, like get down,
the
get
whole,
the fuck
the whole
down.
time Vita's been this heroic kind of character. She
Yeah.
just walks up and goes,
Beat.
gonna
She
lock
thinks there's
that.
fucking zombies coming to get her.
You're gonna lock that one.
Nuh-uh.
Not going out there. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, they come out, they realize they need to make changes, and they party it up at the Strawberry Social. They say goodbye to all the people of the town, and there was a very sincere goodbye from Vita and Carol Ann, where Vita actually tries to get her to come with on the road to LA, but
This
she
is
needs
the
to stay in
lesbian
her
part.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they gift her the new Julie Newmar picture. She always looks so statuesque or something.
That's how you know.
Thoughts exactly.
And cut to Hollywood at the drag championship. This and I
Because they
don't think
finally have
Seth
to make their vinyl journey.
and I don't
Set off
think
to do
Seth
all
saw
along.
this because he was watching on his phone driving.
I wasn't watching. I was listening because
Yeah.
it was like the whole. I thought it was the wrap up, and they're all saying their goodbyes.
Sure.
And then I thought I heard cut to black music. So I was
Oh,
like,
it did.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then I turned it off. And then I did hear right before I closed the app and like put up music on. I heard like some not like announcer or whatever announcing awards, and I was like, they'll fucking fill me in. It's cool.
So you cut to the Hollywood at the drag championship, and they're showing all the drag queens dressed up and whatnot, and they're like, and the winner.
Seth, guess who the winner is?
Yeah.
Of the
Drag
Queen
National
Award
Drag
show?
Queen Championship.
Oh
that
man.
Vita and Noximo were tied to get an invitation to originally.
Yeah. Was it like Robin Williams' character or something?
That's a good guess.
No.
That's a really good guess.
Was it close?
It's Chi-Chi.
It's
Chi-Chi. Come
Chi-Chi.
on, that answer's too easy. I mean, good for
Yeah.
her.
Well, it was a good reveal again because they're like, and the winner is, and then they pull back like it's Vita and Noxima holding like giant like bay leaves in front of their head, and then they pull them back, and you see both of them, and they're like, oh shit! But then they step to the side, and Chi-Chi comes up through the middle.
They're palm fronds, Brandon. They're not giant bay leaves.
That's what it is.
I didn't even realize you said that.
It's not even that
The
funny.
seasoning?
That's so funny.
They're smaller than
Reddit's
regular
on
leaves.
one
Why
tonight.
did you grow them so big?
Reddit is on one tonight.
A giant oak leaf covering the two girls.
And they do look like bay leaves. It's funny. You're absolutely right.
Wielding gigantic pine cones.
Reddit is on
Couldn't-
one.
Her name was Roberta.
I couldn't see Chi-Chi behind those blades of grass.
They were
You're right, but-
huge.
But it is a good reveal because they pull away the bay leaves one more
I'm glad you
time.
brought that up. I didn't catch you.
And it's fucking John Leguizamo all dressed up to the best makeup Hollywood could afford him. And he kind of looks like a pretty beautiful woman.
Yeah, he does. And
Kind of did the whole movie.
don't hit the mic.
I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to.
And then
Just admiring how
the
hot
person
John
that
Leguizamo
presented
was.
the award and everything, as they showcase her, they tell her the fourth rule of being a queen as well. But the person presenting the crown to her is Julie Newmar, puts it on Chi-Chi's head. And that is the end of Tu Wong Fu. Thank you for everything, Julie Newmar.
Is Chi-Chi still dressed in the thing she's been wearing the whole movie, or is she like, she go like sicko
No, she's kind of
mode?
got like ball gown.
Oh shit, she went
Yeah.
crazy.
She went sicko mode on him. So that is our movie. Seth, you want to run to your car to get your notes for quotes?
Yep.
And Lucas and I'll do a little riff after our little pause here, maybe.
Yep.
Perfect. All righty. I'm going to let you get out the door before we pause, so it's a more distinct pause.
Okay.
There he goes.
Here I go to save the day. Mighty Mouse.
Bye. Thank God he's gone. Now we can talk in private. Yeah, or we could pause. What do you think?
Let's do that right now.
Okay.
So,
Why'd you guys roast me on palm fronds?
that's
Bay
so
leaves.
funny. I don't know.
They did look like bay leaves.
They did. They're not like normal palm fronds, but just the idea that they were growing like giant bay leaves in their garden, that made me laugh.
They got them from Snydersburg, duh. It's a Midwest farming town. They have gigantic pumpkins there or some shit, okay?
That's their biggest export.
It's bay leaves.
Giant ones.
They just get two of them and they grind it up and it makes a whole batch of bay leaf spice shakers, you know?
Yeah, bay leaves are just like for like margarita pizzas and that's it. Is that all you use bay leaves for?
I thought
Maybe
you
like
just
a rare pasta.
you use them more for basil is for margarita pizzas.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I was fucking people's pizzas up for a long time. That's also true though, because I also accidentally set a pizza out upside down once upon a time. I've told you that story. I don't know
Yeah.
if I've told the podcast that story.
You should tell it.
I should tell it. So when me and Chris worked at the Meadow Lake restaurant,
Your number
Resort.
one job.
number one, and the number one highest quality restaurant, we had these pizza doughs, and they were kind of hard to distinguish which side was upright. So one time we just threw them all on there and sent it in, and it was definitely the crust side up that the person got on their pizza. But it was a to-go pizza, so you never know. Once
Have
it's
you
out
ever had
that door.
Have you ever had a deep dish pizza?
Oh, of course.
Like a true like deep dish pizza?
Like not in Chicago, but I've had it as close as you can get in Montana, I think.
Okay. I've never had one. Are they good?
I mean, I don't like them because I'm not a big tomato
You're
guy
not a
or
big
tomato
sauce guy. Yeah, so Seth wouldn't either then.
No, you
I
probably
love
would.
sauce.
Marina wouldn't.
Marina would hate it. I think I would probably be a big fan, but
Tzatziki.
deep dish pizza.
I love deep dish.
Really?
Yeah.
With all the tomato sauce in it?
Well, it's just I like the crust.
So you don't really like deep dish
Eats
pizza.
around
You
the
just like deep
sauce.
dish.
If I make the sauce, because I make great sauce, that's great.
You make okay sauce.
You don't know. He doesn't know.
You use
Folks
too
at
many.
home, he doesn't know.
You use too many palm fronds in your sauce.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say Brandon makes his sauce with one big bay leaf.
It's huge, which means an even bigger crock pot
Okay.
and a
Flat
huge
out
stove.
crock pot.
Yeah, that's great.
I have 7 quotes.
Say? I have 14.
I actually have 8.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for the lie.
I remembered I had one on my phone in a different spot.
Crossed.
I have 10.
Okay. We're doing our halves. 4, 5, 7. Lucas, kick us off.
Okay, so my first one is actually I had to retrieve it from Letterboxd review, but it is, look, that little Latin boy in drag is crying. Find out why that little Latin boy in drag is crying. He goes,
I have
little
9.
Latin boy in drag, why are you crying?
I loved that. That was one of mine.
Yeah.
Just so many little Latin
So
boy
direct.
in drag.
There's one. Number 2, this was at some drag show when some little buff kid in chains came out to present an award. The presenter said, if there's a snowstorm tonight, you're going on my tires.
Oh, that's right. He was all
He
chained
shredded
up.
and he had all chains, yeah.
He winked at the crowd.
When they meet with Robin Williams to get their mission funded, they sort of plead with him and tell him what's going on. And he goes, ooh, how Three Sisters, how Chekhov, of course.
Yes, of course. I don't
Of
even know what that
course.
means.
I know Chekhov, like his gun.
He's the only one I know, yeah.
Did he write
Right.
Three Sisters?
I don't know what that is, yeah.
He must have or something.
And then my last one for now is from Chi-Chi, when she's kind of realizing what it is to be a drag queen. She says, God grant me the serenity to accept being a boy in a dress, the courage to change with the fashions, and the wisdom to know the difference.
That's one of mine too. That's good. That's a good one.
Thank you. Poetic.
Seth, you're down to 6.
What? I'm down to 8.
8.
No, but I mean, because you only had 10. I thought you were going to do 6, but I was counting mine, actually. So you're down to 4
Yeah.
to read right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. My first one here. Oh my God. This is like the very beginning when it's just a room full of drag queens all talking. One of them said, I'm taking my face to Sweden where I'll no doubt win the Nobel Prize.
That's a bar.
That one's done. We kind of did this one in part 1 of the podcast here. But when they're getting in the car, the guy says, ladies, please, I implore you for your own safety, go with the Toyota Corolla. Chi-Chi's talking about how poor her family was because they drove by Bala Sinwid.
We were so poor.
And she said, we were so poor, my parents got married for the rice.
That is a good joke. So they throw at the birds.
Yeah.
So they die. What is this? Oh, this is, you barely hear Chi-Chi say this when they killed the sheriff. She said, don't leave me with this dead man. I'll get his cooties.
Childlike.
All right. Okay.
Unless we forget that was Luigi Mario from the Mario Brothers. Shout out John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
He just goes in for it. Goes for it.
He really does. All right. I've got 11 now, so I'm going to do 6. This is just ones that I took during old ass Clara taking the widest U-turn in the street. Noxima goes, "Oh no, girlfriend, did you just do a Yui?"
It's so funny.
This was one when Vita and Chi-Chi are fighting back and forth about Bobby Ray and staying here. She goes, "Well, she certainly is an aggressive gringa with a pinga, and you are a puta Spanish fly. Well, and you are an uptight cellulite dinosaur fossil-faced wit honky cracker witch. And you listen to me, you little sway back third world self-absorbed piece of street trash." I was like, fucking Christ.
They were going off.
That reminded me of the White Men Can't Jump, how they always just fucking kind of hit each other with
one out of the
insults
other.
like that. Yeah, like that.
The uptight cellulite rhyme there, but then dinosaur fossil faced
Bars.
wit honky cracker witch. I was like, Jesus.
It is bars. Flowed so well together. My shoes look better. My girl look better.
This is one when they check right into the hotel and this is the presidential suite, and Chi-Chi just goes, "Must have been one of those bad presidents." This is another one. I've got a lot from Chi-Chi. I'm the Latin Marilyn Monroe. I've got more legs than a bucket of chicken.
Oh yeah. It worked.
And my last one for now, another Chi-Chi one. I'm a princess. P to the R to the N to the cess. I'm a princess. Latin mystery, dark and sistery. Princess Chi-Chi.
She ruled.
Great way of words.
Yeah. She's got a way
With words.
Yeah.
Lukey finishes off.
This one's just an all-time classic insult. Someone goes, "You're as big as a float," and they go, "Your mother."
That was Noxima saying, I feel like...
Noxima saying it back to the boys, I think.
No, she was talking to Chi-Chi. She's like, I feel like I'm in a parade, because she felt all fancy. And Chi-Chi
Oh,
said,
that's right.
"Because you're as big as a float." And she just goes, "Your mother."
Roasted her ass.
Yeah.
This one is from Bobby Ray talking to Chi-Chi, and I just thought it was so dumb. He said, "If you were my girl, you'd never cry for anything except too much happiness."
Maybe.
That is stupid.
So stupid.
Yeah. I think
I've
this
never
might have
said
been
that.
Virgil. No, it was Tommy. Yeah, when Noxima comes, but right before she grabs him by the dick, she goes, "I ain't apologizing to no ladies. No way."
No way.
I feel you.
Yeah,
You feel
none of us ever would.
And then I have the last one here, which I don't know what they were thinking when they wrote this, but they said, "Kill all the men but Mel Gibson. We could keep him."
Weird.
It just didn't age well, I don't think. They did say, like, he can stay, but he can't think or talk.
Yeah.
Was like a caveat to that.
Just to look at him. Yeah, Keanu Reeves made the list too. Good for him.
He did, yeah. I didn't think he was big in the 90s.
He had speed. The Matrix was 99.
Pre-Matrix.
Good for him.
Seth finishes off.
All right. So this is after Mr. Dullard is awake and getting interrogated by the other police officers, and they say, "Are we correct in summarizing, if we can clarify matters, by saying that you got beat up by a girl?"
It was so professional.
Yeah,
It
and
was
they
like
start
Ham
giggling.
from Sandlot. Yeah.
So funny. And this is when Bobby Ray is picking up Chi-Chi from the gang of hoodlums and saving her. He fucking Tokyo drifts in his pickup truck, and she gets in the car and she yells out, "That's how you pick up a lady." And I was like, you wait for her to be in danger first and then you save her?
He's right. She's right.
I guess.
Near gang rape. Perfect time.
It's the perfect time. This one I just thought was a cool quote. Vita's picking flowers for Carol Ann to like make her feel better. And I forget what the type of flowers are, but she says they only grow in darkness and dank, but oh sweetness how they bloom. Which I thought was cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They all were like very poetic, which I think
Poetic.
speaks to maybe the nature of the dragon movie and the movie.
Yeah.
Just full of love.
Movie.
Yeah, it's an important motif to carry throughout it all. It's well done.
Totally.
Last one is from Carol Ann talking to Vita after the secret's been revealed. The secret being that she knew the secret, I guess. She said, "I know that I'm very fortunate to have a lady friend that just happens to have an Adam's apple."
That's awesome. Yeah.
I didn't get to write down the angel quote. When do you guys take that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I could say it. It's the last of the. I think it's the kind of sum up
It's the
part of the movie.
The last thing I
Yeah.
heard before I turned off the movie.
Yeah, it's just she goes, Vita, I don't see you as a man. I don't see you as a woman. I see you as an angel.
It's cute.
That's good.
Yeah. Recognizable.
Here's the rest of the. Took the whole Adam's apple one from IMDb because it's Carol Ann. If we're going to be friends, there really is something I should tell you. And Carol Ann just goes, Adam's apple? She's like, what? And she's like, Adam's apple. Women don't have Adam's apple. Only men do. The first night you came, I noticed that you've had yourself an Adam's apple. And she says, then I know that I'm very fortunate enough to have a lady friend that just happens to have an Adam's. It's pretty beautiful.
Pop off. I almost cried.
I did cry.
Brandon did
Oh
cry.
yeah.
I know if I almost cried, Brandon certainly did.
Yeah, pretty
For
much.
sure.
Like
when they tore up Lumpy's toy in Star Wars.
Like when I thought Ham was dead in Space Chimps.
Yeah, Brandon
He was
bawling.
faking it.
One from Sheriff Dollard. When the founding fathers wrote the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, what have you, liberty and justice for all, they didn't mean that, and points to all the drag queens dancing. And this one farmer just comes up, he says, I can tell you one thing about them founding fathers of America. And he goes, what's that? They sure had fabulous wigs.
That's so good.
Good satire.
Vita talking to Sheriff Dollard. When a lady says no, she means... When a lady says no, she means... Get your hand off my dick, buddy. Like, voice dropped. It was...
Got busted out.
A line that I did cry in at the very end. I love you, Miss Vita. Boheme. Oh, I've waited my whole life to hear someone say that to that name.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That was nice.
And then my last quote is one that we kind of discussed in the first half of this, where it was like really trying to be like correct about terms. But they just kind of went into transgender, transsexual, all that stuff. It was like Noxima talking to Chi-Chi. Noxima says, when a straight man puts on a dress and gets a sexual kicks, he's a transvestite. When a man is a woman trapped in a man's body and has a little operation, he is transsexual. And Chi-Chi, I know that. But then Noxima says, when a gay man has way too much fashion sense for one gender, he is a drag queen. And when a tired little Latin boy puts on a dress, he is simply a boy in a dress.
What a great way to describe drag queen, though.
When a gay man has too much fashion sense for one gender, yeah.
Yeah, love
it. And that's the end of quotes.
No me quotes?
You didn't watch it with me.
What the fuck?
Sad.
So?
I know.
No quotes from yourself?
Because I'm usually not talking out loud when I'm by myself.
That's crazy.
Maybe
I'm the crazy
It's ratings time. Seth, you're kicking us off. Thermometer. This is a percentage.
Yeah, this is tough because I'm still being swept, right? Did I get one?
No, you're being swept.
Not a single one? Oh, man. Discouraging. 73.
For critics?
77.
77%. Lucas?
Are we doing tomometer?
Yep.
I'll say a 85, Bob.
Our winner today is Seth. It's a 43.
I didn't get
That's a motherfucker.
swept.
A 43.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's pretty. Audience score, Lucas.
Recalibrating. I'll say 67.
Why are you calibrating your teeth?
Had to recalibrate.
Braces.
67. What are you doing?
73.
Both of you guys are so close.
Can it be 70?
It's not 70, which means one of you guys win.
Fuck.
It's one off from 70.
I'm
so
pissed.
our winner today is Seth. It's a 71.
Oh my god.
God damn, just lie and say 69. That's for the show, Brandon.
It's true, Brandon.
The
You should have
comeback
said
starts
69.
now.
You should have just lied this whole time and let Lucas get a clean sweep. You know how like fucking mad I would have been?
That would have been awesome.
I would have been spazzing.
It
out
was a
over here.
67. Lucas got it perfectly correct.
It's just everything he guesses is the right answer.
That's
good
Seth's
April
roaring
Fool's
back.
one.
That's a good storyline, though.
Yeah. Seth, you're
That's
up
a good
next.
story, though.
Meta score out of 100. Critics.
God, they apparently didn't like it. Great observation. Um, like 3.8, I guess.
38.
Fuck,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll go to the other side of the pendulum and say 6.7 again.
67. We have a winner. It's Lucas. It's a
Damn it.
60.
No. No. Doesn't make any sense.
And lastly,
Wes.
Lucas, audience score out of 10.
Let's throw this a 6.8 on this biatch.
Seth?
Make it tough on 'em.
7.3.
One of you guys is so close.
It doesn't even matter anymore, man.
Yeah, that's right. Lucas is our winner. It's a 6.6.
I got one.
Ooh.
No, you got 2.
You got 2.
I got the thermometers.
Yeah,
The one
You
thing
got
that people could
6'2'd.
argue doesn't matter. Thermometer.
Yeah. So
I win.
critics gave it a 43 and a 60 for a 51 and a half. Bless you. Audiences gave it a 66 and a 71 for 68 and a half. Seth, what are you giving this film today?
Like fucking oh god, look at his face.
Fucking
He's waiting on bated breath. I already used that 2 days ago, sorry.
Cat's meow.
8.6.
Nice. Any reasoning?
No.
Of course not.
I just thought it was good. Pretty funny. I think it's a good way to, especially in 95, to shed light on a community does not get a lot of good representation or any at that time or even now. So
Yeah.
I thought they did it well and without like flanderizing them to the point where it was just like, could they be any gayer? Like, it felt like people. They were
Yeah.
just really fabulous people,
Mhm.
which felt nice.
That was
to
good.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. Lucas?
I'm going to give this movie, which has a very long title, an 8.7. I'm right next to Seth.
One up me again. I can't win today, man.
No, pretty much. I think we're pretty much right in line with each other. It's what I will say is that it is powerhouse acting from Swayze in particular, but all 3 of our main leads. I think Swayze really even transcended definitely to the part where it's like this is just a totally different person. Whereas the other 2 were kind of doing bits of themselves a little bit. I was just like, that's not even, what the hell's that? That's not Swayze. That's Vida.
Yeah.
So I'll give it an 8.7.
Good rating. This is my first Swayze movie, by the way. So
Really?
I have no
Wow.
idea what he looks like or
No way.
what his
You ever seen Dirty
typecasting would
Dancing?
be. Don't.
Ghost?
I have not seen Dirty Dancing, and
You've
don't
seen
tell.
Dougal, but not Dirty Dancing.
I've seen Dougal, but not Dirty Dancing. Dude,
He hasn't gotten through all the D's yet, okay?
the women I used to work with at Red Lobster, I forget, I was going on a date like a year ago or something, and they were like, "You gotta watch Dirty Dancing to like get prepared for it." And I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "You just watch it, you'll understand." And then for about 8 months after that, every time I saw Jamie is her name. She's been there for like 17 years. She's about 40. And she's like, "Have you seen Dirty Dancing yet?" And she'd be pissed that I hadn't. And she'd go tell all the other moms around, like, Seth hasn't seen Dirty Dancing. He hasn't seen Dirty Dancing. Like, they'd come out of the woodwork. She was like, "You haven't seen what?" And like chase me around. Like, I'm your boss. Get the fuck out of here.
So now you're getting some deja vu.
From you telling me you're mad I haven't seen Dirty Dancing? Yeah, that's like a running gag with my life. I think I'm just made of gags.
So you're just never going to watch it, though.
You're just always gagging.
Oh, yeah. I'm never going to watch it. I'm never going to listen to the podcast. I'm not going to watch any movies because I got to keep my gags going. I'm going to become an actual communist because I think that'll be a good bit.
I thought that... Oh.
I'm not. I'm just a guy.
Lucas is the
That's my
communist
ultimate
now.
bit is that I'm just a guy. I don't have anything.
Me too. My dad's favorite movie is Dirty Dancing. That crazy fucking psycho.
Fuck that guy.
Are you guys ready for my rating?
Sure.
I think we can skip it this week.
I'm an
we
8
can
point.
without.
I'm an 8.4. Just 8.4, 8.6, 8.7. We're all on the.
Don't like
same...
that just random odd number in there. Can you do 8.5 so we can have an average at 8.6?
Nope.
That's really fucked up, actually. I asked nicely.
Get rid of your OCD.
No.
Please.
No.
I asked nicely.
Get rid of yours.
I'm overcoming it right now
Me too.
by not doing that, by not giving it an 85.
It's like this is a small ask on my part.
I'm an 84. You guys said everything up to this point. The acting is phenomenal in this.
We said it all.
So that's it. You want to hear some reviews before we finish?
Pimpin'.
First one, Joe Brown, The Washington Post. Fiercely funny. 3 snaps up for Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo, who walk the walk and work it.
That's what 3 snaps up is?
I don't know.
Snap your fingers in a Z formation.
Next is by Roger Ebert at the Chicago Sun-Times.
Big Frog.
Big Rob.
What is amazing is how the movie manages to be funny and amusing while tiptoeing around A, sex, B, controversy, and C, any originality in the plot. Credit for that belongs to Swayze, Snipes, and Leguizamo, who are surprisingly good at playing drag queens. 2.5 out of 4 stars.
That's a serious backhanded dig from
The originality one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gives it
Cars did
a 63, so they were way late to the game. They were a decade late.
Yeah.
And my last critic one is by
See
Edward
what he gave
Guthman.
Cars.
My last one's by Edward Guthman at the San Francisco Chronicles. It's a distant cry from the reality of gay bashings, poverty, and evictions that real-life drag queens suffer, which may be part of its point. Imagine, Wong Fu suggests, a world where people stop judging one another and simply surrender to the silliness that's dormant inside of us.
That's what I'm talking about. Little absurdism.
For sure.
What did Roger Ebert give Cars?
3 stars. He called it. His title of the review is NASCAR plus Pixar equals Pix Cars.
I can't believe
That's
this,
the
man.
best. That's the best.
Did we revere him? We sure do.
I just thought we
This
did.
man is a god.
Do we revere him now still?
I think so.
All right.
Just
Ride or
set that
die
in.
with the gods you choose, I guess.
You think his assistant was like, "You want to try this again, Raj?
Hey,
We're
did
timely
you-
review here."
This is 7 years before his death. He was struggling with it at the time, maybe.
I don't know if there's an excuse for that, Brandon.
Big scar.
Big Scar might be the worst thing ever. None of us have ever said anything that bad. My immigrant debacle, that
Not
fiasco,
even
Pix
close.
Car is worse.
I
right?
did say bay leaves.
It's
Not as
close.
All right. I've got 6 user reviews as well. So, first up,
Bay leaves.
Snoopy style.
Sethy.
Sethy style.
Sorry, I was taking a drink. That's me.
November 2nd, 2013, they say. At the time, it followed the adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, as a nice, happy, realistic look at gay people. Watching it now, it all seems like shallow stereotypes. That's including the townspeople. None of it is funny. The wacky mannerisms just add to its fakeness. There's nothing special in this other than seeing a bunch of guys playing drag as if it's something special. 5 out of 10.
Okay.
A decent score for a completely negative review, but
You can still recognizes the acting from Seth.
That's a weird review for me.
yeah. What were you thinking then?
I think I'm 2 different people.
Well, 2013 you. This is 2013 you.
Okay, back when I was like 17.
And
Yeah.
really sad.
And really sad. Yeah, I probably saw everything as surface level and then based the entire world off of a small collection of data points that weren't relevant to anything else in my life, but I made sure they were to fit my narrative. So yeah, 5 out of 10.
Okay. Next is by Lee Eisenberg.
Oh.
Writer of
This
Parks and
guy.
Rec?
Maybe.
Oh.
Writer of The Office.
Fuck.
April 27, 2006. When we went to the theater to see this, we had no idea how good it was going to be. More than just a drag queen movie, it shows how the 3 drag queens in question are able to help the people in this small town. I will say that of the 3 cast members, Patrick Swayze looks like the most like he can play a drag queen. But don't get me wrong, Wesley Snipes and John Leguizamo also did a great job. Anyway, this just might be the perfect kind of movie dealing with this topic. Just great, 10 out of 10.
Ah, Bon Voyage.
And now he's gone. Next by
Set sail.
Next up is by Preppy3, July 8,
Set
2004.
He set anchor, set his review, and set sail again.
Later.
He just stopped to type that up and then left.
No, he
It's on a-
decried it.
He's on a cruise ship, finally found some Wi-Fi on the mainland, and then dipped again.
Or a message in a bottle that
Message in a bottle.
That's a good, yeah.
For to Wong Fu, thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. That took up
Later.
half the paper in the message. You only have the one bottle.
Bon voyage. And next is by Preppy3, July 8, 2004. What a stupid movie.
Oh no.
For starters, none of the guys, with the possible exception exception of Swayze, look good in drag. Snipes in particular is frightening, yet they have the entire town convinced they're real women. And even though they're all performers, we never see them once perform. The film was also very condescending. The characters and situations are annoyingly predictable, and the movie goes out of its way to make all these characters as inoffensive as possible. This was only made because The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert was such a huge hit. Rent Priscilla instead. It's much, much better. Poor Julie Newmar deserves better than this. 1 out of 10.
That's interesting because it's not necessarily anti-trans in their critique of it, just anti the movie. So that makes me want to watch the other movie, actually.
Yeah.
Because it seems like a pretty good faith review. You know, not necessarily just politically driven.
Everybody up to this point has liked it. It was a big success, so I bet it's pretty good.
Did we do the wrong movie?
Maybe. Next is by Benny Cum.
Ben Cum.
Benny Cum. Well, it's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Bennicum.
February 9th, 2013, they say. Although the plot is uneven and many promising scenes are not entirely carried out, the trio gives so wonderful and realistic performances that you easily forget that most of their fame derives from action and sci-fi movies. And their looks, as the year is 1995, then no digital tricks were available, so it was their natural talent and skills that are convincingly visible on screen. Although the topic and depiction are not for everyone, the movie deserves renewed attention and showtime. All this joy, glam, and personification let you mostly forget about the plot shortcomings. 8 out of 10.
I think that's our consensus.
Yeah.
Spider-Man meme.
Wish you guys could see this that are listening. It's so funny.
But you can't.
But you can't.
All right, my
No
long
way
one.
to.
My long one for you
Sorry.
guys is by Magic STL, but
Idiots.
Magic MAJIK.
Sick.
Weird.
June 21st, 2001. A really old review
Oh,
that
shit.
says, sometimes things just go wrong. One can pick this film apart piece by piece, but here are the few of the film's major problems. 1, drag queens do not dress in drag 24/7, and certainly do not sleep in drag. In fact, the film would have been more interesting if we had got to know the characters in their everyday life as contrast to their drag identities. 2, this is a film about how gay men make the world nice for heterosexual lovers. This would have been a truly groundbreaking if it had been about the romantic lives of this trio, not just portraying them literally as fairy godmothers who come to work romantic magic for straights. 3, the film is sexist. The trio come to this small town and teach men how to show respect by beating them up and solve all women's problems by giving them self-esteem inducing makeovers. And of course, gay earns the right to be fabulous. Sadly, Wong Fu truly thinks it is being bold and original, but every step of the way it falls back on cliches and tiresome stereotypes. 3 out of 10.
Interesting.
They do make some decent points in there.
They do. I would fight them if I had the energy.
Couple plot holes in there. the dressing and drag all the time. It could have been good to see their lives outside of it, but
I think
Yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't really agree with them doing it all just for heterosexual lovers.
yeah,
'Cause I don't know. I didn't see that as much, but
Yeah.
I'm fair. That's fair.
The drag part was that's a good point because I was kind of thinking that maybe half hour, 45 minutes in is like why they're like driving in the drag too. Because like the very beginning is you see
Yeah, they're
them-
drag
you
racers.
see- yeah, they're dragging in drag.
yeah.
But you see the very beginning of Wesley and Patrick Swayze both putting everything on. So I did think at some point we were gonna see like I don't know, like a bathroom scene where somebody walks in and like I don't have my makeup
we
on.
got
And
like
it's a
the 2
dude.
seconds of Swayze. At one point,
Where
the
his
most
dick
vulnerable
almost
point
popped
of the
out,
moment,
yeah.
You know, where his wig came out. That was it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And my last review for you guys is by HairGal6498. There's not another number. I just wanted to do that. 64985.
I can go twice as high.
February 23rd, 2020. I love this movie. I wasn't allowed to watch it when it came out because I was married to a preacher. There was something so authentic, so sweet, so precious about this film. I want to be as beautiful as Patrick Swayze. 10 out of 10.
I didn't know there were a lot. Could preachers have wives? Or is that priests?
Preachers can have wives.
Okay.
Maybe it is priests.
It's a silly rule.
Like the higher you go in the church, the less rights you have in your
The more
personal life.
kids
The,
you
the
go
Pope. The
I was
Pope-
gonna say that. I was afraid to. So thank
The
you.
Pope can never touch their dick at all.
Pope can't even.
Yeah, they
Poaching.
just suck it.
That's what they're hiding in the Vatican.
It's just a bunch of angels
1000%.
sucking dick.
The Pope's giant house is it's like 1,000 angels, and they're all just waiting
All
on
alive.
hand and foot.
Do you think the
literally.
Pope has a favorite angel?
Do I think the Pope has a favorite angel?
Of course he does.
Do you think your parents have a favorite child?
Yes.
I think mine do. But there's 11. They have a lot of choices.
Yeah.
It's Joan of Arc, probably.
Joan of Arc is their favorite child.
And Angel.
And Angel.
The Pope just likes the angel that's mastered the Gok 3000.
But they probably all know it. It's been
They probably do.
years, hundreds maybe, that they've had practice. Billions. When did God create everything?
I don't know.
Like Augustus Caesar time? I don't know.
I don't know.
So I would not. I mean, yeah, I would recommend this movie.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful romp. I think it's an iconoclast of trans culture and drag queen society. So I think just for that reason alone, worth the representation and worth the watch.
And I'm gonna echo
Umbrella.
Lucas there and basically say all this. It's a recommend for me. Seth?
No.
Oh fuck.
Just kidding. Yeah,
Okay,
for
thank
sure.
God.
I thought it was cool.
So that's gonna end it this week for Tu Wong Fu. Thank you for everything, Julie Newmar. Good suggestions from everybody there. We really enjoyed it. Good film. First female director. Next week to finish off January before we get all.
Now we need all the religions.
we can start to do our auction style podcast that Lucas proposed.
Auction.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck was that, dude? God,
We'll
you
have
were
to introduce
The
that
throne of theology.
that was crazy. You were on something that day, man. I'd never heard anybody talk like that. That was crazy. Oh my god.
I think we should take it over.
I think
the thing was I joined that conversation after you guys had already gone back and forth. I was like,
I'm not
what the fuck am I reading?
because I knew that even though I wasn't following, I knew you wouldn't be able to follow once you got into it, but you still just like, I got ideas.
And then
made it worse.
And then you're like, I don't understand this idea. That was a crazy time.
Oh man.
Yeah, so keep an eye out in the future. We may be doing a sort of auction-based podcast.
Where we bid for plot points and also religious ideologies and lenses to dissect them.
Those are coupled with our comments. You have to have a justification base.
You have to have a
some sort
lens
of
that you look at through. Yeah.
philosophy. Yeah.
We're all essentially
We're not
role
just throwing it out
playing.
willy-nilly.
We're role-playing auction tenders. The podcast and the movie combined are the auctioneer. And we're
all
bidding our souls
We're
on
all bidding, but
whatever's
also
happening.
casting, like being the speaker of the bids. And yeah, it's weird.
We gotta
Anyway,
reread that.
Anyway, February is going to be our rom-com month again, so we'll get into that. We got 4 for you there. To end January, before we kick that off, we've got Napoleon Dynamite next week with a guest.
Oh, I'm so excited. We have a guest?
Yep.
Do I know who it
Who's the
is?
guest?
Uh-huh.
Who's the guest? Is it me?
It's
Again?
Marina!
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
I thought it'd be me for the 30th consecutive episode.
So she's joining us there, and then we'll kick off February. So thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Sluts. No, that's sorry. Sorry, guys. I love you. Goodbye.
And I'm Lucas.
What did you say, Lucas? I took my headphones off in shame.
He just said, and I'm Lucas. That was how he signed off.
No gadoosh this week, huh?
No.
Usually one of us does.
Well, he was
gadoosh.
like, and I'm Lucas.
Oh, so the people watching that also have seen enough to know he says gadoosh every time can maybe pick up on that.
Yeah.
No one.
I love
I don't
it.
think they listen for the gadoosh.
But they
If
know it's
anyone out-
there.
If anyone out there gets this far into the YouTube video, hit me up about the gadoosh because I don't believe you.
Okay, he don't fuck around, okay?
Text me.
Catch me outside.
My number is 555-5555.
Remember when Robert
It's like I'm trying to sell my
sold
phone.
his car mid-show?
Yeah.
My number is 406-728-0136.
Yeah, and you're just like, Robert,
Robert.
sell your car on the podcast.
So,
Don't sell your
And
car.
then he-
Don't give your phone number to
I
strangers.
know, and then he's like, all right, 8.7. Got right back on track.
Was that the ratings? I guess there's no good time to sell your car in an episode.
Yeah, I don't know when he got into that, but yeah, you didn't get his rating right after.
That's so funny.
All right,
That's so
I'll,
funny.
now you need to listen to Even Dwarfs for that.
I can't, man.
I'll see you guys.
Bye, Lucas.
Bye, Lukey.